Are you tired of making New Year's resolutions that never seem to come to fruition? Are you ready to live the best year of your life thus far? See, I don't want you to just have one great year. I want this year to catapult year that gets better and better as time goes on. So, if that is you, then stay locked in because I'm going to share with you three practical tips that I have implemented in my life to see the fruit that I'm so excited to share with you today. Okay, so stay locked in. Hi, I'm Coach Malid, and in this channel, I provide tips, tools, and strategies to show you how you can dominate where you are and begin to live the life that God has already planned out for you. And so, if you are interested in learning more of this information, stay locked in by liking and subscribing to this channel. And let's get right into the information for today. Now, every new year is an opportunity, not just to start afresh, but to build on the successes of the past. And so today, I just really want to share with you that your dream life can become a reality. But in order for that to happen, there are certain things that you must put in place so that you can see consistent success and progress in your life. Now, here are three tips that I'm going to share with you today that have worked well for me. And I believe as you implement them, as you ask God how to use them in your life and get that personalized, customized strategy from the Lord, I believe you can experience the transformation that I have experienced in my life journey. I believe that you will see a major difference in your life. So let's get right into it today. Number one, you need willpower and why power. That's right. I said what I said. So the willpower gives you the strength. It gives you the motivation to keep going and to keep doing what is necessary to crush your goals this year. However, there are times where you just don't feel like doing it. You just feel like, you know what, I'm done. You don't see the fruit. You get discouraged. And that's when the why power kicks in. You see, it's so important for you to identify why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you want this goal? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to create an additional stream of income? See, that why power is your anchor, and it's going to give you the motivation when you don't feel like it. When you speak the why and declare that why and rehearse it in your mind over and over again, what begins to happen is creates the excitement and the emotion and the motivation you need so that you can move forward and continue and allow the willpower to kick in to get things done. There's a scripture that says death and life are in the power of the tongue. And so you have to speak life into the why and the motivation of why you want to set this goal and crush this goal in 2023. And when you do, you're going to get into rhythm and a momentum, and things are going to fall in place. You see, God has already planned everything out for you, but you got to step into it and be consistent for you to see the results. So that's tip number one. Tip number two. Before I get into tip number two, let's take a praise break. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Share this one with a few of your friends who are ready to take their life to the next level. And as we do that, we can grow together and begin to dominate the way God intended for us to do. All right, let's get into tip number two. You need structure and strategy. Now, I'm going to share with you this scripture that I don't know, it's my jam. You know, the end of last year, a couple months, God gave me the scripture, and I'm telling you, it just was like a bomb that went off in my heart, and it has really transformed some things in my life. So the scripture is Ecclesiastes 10:10, and it says this: if the axe is dull and one does not sharpen the edge, then he must use more strength. But wisdom brings success. I want you to let that simmer in your soul for a little bit. I said what I said. I want you to let that simmer in your soul. Because the truth is this: a lot of times we're putting in so much effort, But God is saying, listen, it doesn't require that much effort if you get the knowledge, if you get the insight, if you get the understanding of how things are supposed to operate. That wisdom is going to allow you to be successful quicker. And so a lot of times we have to learn how to operate higher and not harder. Think on that. Let it simmer in your soul. So, wisdom provides the strategy of what to do and how to achieve your goals. But the structure is giving you the routine, the discipline, the how I'm going to get from step 1 to step 10. How am I going to get to a place of desiring this goal, to a place of achieving the goal? Structure, putting a habit, putting a discipline in place is going to give you the how to accomplish the goal. But strategy, that's where the wisdom comes in. It allows you to become successful. And so you have to implement not just structure, but strategy. Tip number 3. You must absolutely, you cannot, this is the secret sauce, y'all. You have to execute and then evaluate. And so nothing happens until you get up and you get working and get going on what God has put before you. All right. He may put a vision in your heart and you put the vision board together and it's like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm going to accomplish this year. But if you don't execute on the steps daily, then you ain't going to have no results to show for it. But this is the year I'm telling you that we're going to execute, because we're not just going to use willpower. We're going to also use why power. We're not just going to hope and wish and dream for it. We're going to implement structure and strategy. And now we're going to execute. But not only are we going to execute, we're going to evaluate. We're going to look at what's working. What can be working better? What do I need to do to take my performance to the next level? Now, you can look at that through the lens of what's happening at work. You know, how can you be better at work? How can you position yourself to get a promotion? Or in business, how can you say, for example, you want to be a full-time entrepreneur? What do you need to put in place so that your side hustle becomes your main hustle? There's so many ways that you can implement these principles, but the key is this. It's your responsibility to take this information, to consult with the Lord and say, God, how do I implement this in my life? Not only am I being strategic, not only am I being intentional, but I'm making the most of every opportunity. Because the thing about time is this: once it's gone, you can't get it back. So use this time wisely so that you can begin to crush those goals that you set for your life, to live the life of abundance, to live the life of prosperity, to live the life of healing, the life of peace, of joy, listen, of wealth, of riches, of honor. That's the life that God has for you. But in order for you to actually taste of it, to it becoming your reality, there are 3 things that you must do. Not just willpower, but why power. Not just structure, but strategy. And not just executing, but evaluating so that you can consistently improve on what God has given to you. So these are the 3 practical tips that you can implement today. I have a question for you. What is something more you can add to this list? Let me know in the comments so we can continue this dialogue and begin to learn and glean from one another. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more tips and tools on how you can level up your life from ordinary to exceptional.